Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another TAF Solutions. I don't even know what show is this. What is this show? Are we even allowed to talk like this?
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Number 3 of what?
Of us talking on the video podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure, because you never know these days. Like, what day is it?
It's Monday.
It's Monday? How long has it been since we've been on a podcast?
It's been a while, but I can tell you that there's been a lot of changes.
It's been a hot minute.
There's a lot of juicy changes, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really hot now.
Well, not anymore. It was a hot minute. Now we got cold and rain.
It's a cold minute.
But it is colder now. I like how everybody in here except me is I actually have video. I should probably change cameras, right? Is that right? Yeah.
I mean, you are the TAF bear.
That is, I am the mascot.
Right.
That is true.
Right.
You know, I just missed the P Bear costume that I could probably put on.
Speaking of costumes, tomorrow is the 31st,
right?
And trick or treating. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be coming out with Nightmare on Jason Street, right?
Is it because of the cheese?
It could be.
You did ask me one time,
right,
about the cheese.
That's true, and it was very informative.
That's right.
Costumes have become high tech whenever your child's costume has a multiple AA battery sleeve and it has a blower in it. So he's going as Leonardo, but it's not just a Leonardo costume. It's actually a blown up Leonardo. It's inflatable. It's legit because it cost me $60. But
at least it doesn't contain. It's not like one of those weird batteries, right? Like the D battery, or not the D. What's the ones you put in your smoke detectors?
Miter double A's.
You know what I'm talking about? I've seen some of those costumes where you have to, the two-prong that you...
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, last year we did the whole mask that was where it changes colors and whatever else, faces. That was like $80. It's expensive. When we were growing up, it was really easy. You went to $4 or $5. You got the makeup kit. You became Dracula, right?
My mom would just take a bed sheet, literally, and she does. I have the costume to this day. She cut it out. She cut holes in it. She put some sequins on it and some hot glue or whatever color, and I was a ghost.
Can we just pause for 1 second? You said you still have your sequined ghost costume.
I do. I put it on my son Carter. I kept it in the family. I don't wear it, clearly.
You sure?
I don't think it would fit. It's way too small.
I mean, I'm just thinking it's fantastic that you've kept it. Like some people, they have this is what your grandfather wore during his baptism, right?
Yeah.
But you've kept a sheet with sequins on it for your son. I just think that's amazing.
Well, my mom kept everything, so when she started bringing everything over to my house and we started storing it in our garage, and then I have the stuff in the attic, I started going through boxes. I was like, what is this? Yeah. And I realized it was from childhood,
It reminds me of Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation, where he's in the attic, everybody left, and he's going to the old millimeter tapes.
Okay.
For the record, my mom kept every single birthday card and Christmas card ever. I had to get rid of so much.
Well, you had a good mom. Oh, yeah. You have a good mom.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of hoarders, sorry.
No, he speaks truth. I mean, I love her, but
I know. I mean, look, my grandparents have kept, a lot of stuff, so I understand. And it's there's an entire attic filled with stuff that I hope somebody takes care of, because it's not going to be me. But, well, I remember when I had to go up there with the rest of the cousins, and we were like, there is an entire section of the house that we did not know anything about. And I mean, storage racks, man, all of this was above us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you'll find out real quick too. Maybe not everybody's different, but we have a lot of stuff that you accumulate over the years when you live in a house. And we did literally this weekend, we went through multiple closets and multiple rooms and started cleaning things. I'm like, oh, wow, forgot we had this, or didn't know this existed. Oh, that's where this is.
Well, to get back to costumes.
Yeah.
My wife and I actually have a costume we kind of do all the time. It's real simple. Ever since The Purge came out, We have the LED mask, and one's a Guy Fawkes mask for me, but for hers it's the weird tear thing, and we use fake blood to cover whatever we feel like at the time, and it's just fun because the kids will come by, right, and we have all this candy. It's great. Of course, they answer the door, trick or treat, and we're just silently like slowly putting things in there.
But do you have like the blood dripping from your fingers?
Almost,
right?
Yeah,
Almost.
Yeah. It's very, very wet still. Yeah. It's definitely. We knew we were doing it right when one of the children was like, "I don't want to go over there. It's scary."
Oh yeah,
the creepy house.
So when I got my master's degree, I had this regalia, and so the regalia it's what you, for those of you that don't know, it's where when you graduate, you wear the big black thing. So on mine, on the master's degree, you get these little hoods, all right? And I have those. And so I'll put that on, and I'll put the Freddy Krueger mask on with the hands, and I'll walk really slow. So it's like this big black thing with this Freddy Krueger. And I'll go real slow, and all the kids will just do this, and I'll do this to them too. And they freak out. To one point, I had one dad look at me and goes, "Bro, you're going to have to stop." I said, "It's Halloween. Candy?"
Yeah, candy. Yeah.
Right?
But it definitely has changed quite a bit because not only do I remember costumes being much simpler, but I remember people being very excited to try and scare kids, and well, frankly, we loved it. I don't know what changed, but
Safe spaces.
Overprotective parents.
Well, what's interesting is, excuse me. I go back in time in my mind, obviously, and I'm remembering that, I took my son out the last 2 years, Halloween trick-or-treating. Before then, he hit or miss, right? He's like 2 years old, doesn't really know what he wants, doesn't really understand the concept. Now, of course, he does. He's 5. But when I was younger, I don't know if you remember this, Sean or Joe, that I feel like the streets were more crowded. There were more kids on the street, more people participating in Halloween. And I feel like that's just not the case nowadays. I guess maybe it depends on the neighborhood.
Well, look, I mean, I'll be honest with you, back in the day, it was all about going to the malls, man. Like, if I'm native. So we used to go to the Moral City Mall, or whenever I was real small, we used to go to Sharpstown. Y'all remember Sharpstown?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, it's kind of still there.
It's there. I just, you better go strapped, homie.
Right.
I'm surprised West Oaks Mall went out before they did.
Right. Well, I think Joe said it right. They were strategic, which puts us in a whole other area, but they were strategic and they shifted whenever the economy and of course their demographics shifted, they shifted too. And I think they did a great job with what they did. I don't know about what's going on now. It's been a while.
Yeah, they've definitely gone downhill. But it's, I mean, look, it's just the nature of the beast. I mean, brick and mortar has definitely been hurt by the rise of the online, economy effectively. I mean, it's just Amazon itself. Well, I mean, you don't have to go down that rabbit hole, but yeah, it's definitely, put like getting together and going hanging out at the mall is just not really in the cards much anymore. People don't think about it that way. Now it's all about the outdoor malls.
Well, speaking of online, if you want to play online, you got to pay to play.
Right.
So that's where your lovely Google advertising comes in, right?
That's right. And that's one of the reasons why you have to basically effectively pay for, especially if you have products you're trying to sell, service, something to that effect. You're going to have to pay to play with the big boys for some part of that. Anyway.
TAF Solutions, give us a call. We can help you with that.
That's absolutely.
Right.
But also we can help with things that help you become less reliant on paying to play. Because I think there's a happy medium. I think to get started, you have to pay to play if you want to do a lot of work in business. But you have to also grow stuff, organically to eventually not have to do that as much.
Case in point, the aquarium at the emergency center that we're working with, that's going to develop a following.
Right. Exactly.
Not a lobster, but maybe finding.
He said that the blue lobster that they had, he's like, he thought about buying another one, but he was told that the fish currently in the tank would kill the lobster. So
for those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, we are discussing some marketing tactics where we help develop a following. And sometimes doing things that are completely out of the norm is what you need to do. So in this case, there's an emergency room. We won't name him. Great emergency room. Love to name them. We're not going to. And they got this massive aquarium. I don't know how many gallons it is, but it's a massive aquarium. And I said, you know what? You should take videos of your team feeding these fish or whatever. I don't know if it's saltwater or whatever it is, but you should also have like this giant logo that's waterproof inside the tank. And so as you're feeding, you're attracting different viewers. They're going to say, oh, look, whenever I break my leg, I should go there because it's in the aquarium. Right.
But believe it or not, those marketing tactics really do work. It is a really big aquarium.
Have y'all seen that one guy that went to I don't know, what local food store, supermarket, and he bought a lobster.
Right.
Now this lobster, I was talking to Mitch actually. Mitch, if you're watching, thanks. His lobster was like almost dead. So he buys it and he brings it back to life. And he feeds it, takes care of it. And I forgot the name of the lobsters, but if you Google, you'll find it. It's on YouTube. And so he's got like all these millions of followers watching this lobster. You never heard this?
Does like an ongoing series?
Yes. You haven't seen this?
Oh man. No, I heard you talking about it briefly.
You have to see this.
It's crazy.
It is. And so you get to see the progression from his lobster was almost dead, which could have been, lobster stew.
Yeah.
Which he's now alive and kicking, and he's being fed really well and has built a nice home for it. And it's great.
Do you follow this lobster, Sean?
I did at one point because I became a fan.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I'm getting at. So it's interesting. A lot of people talk about, what can I do to improve, my following? What can I do to improve getting more people to look at my content? Stop writing and do more videos.
Yeah. Well, and something like that. I mean, that'll resonate with a lot of people. I mean, you got. I'm sure there's lobster fans out there. Well, no, for sure. I mean, animal lovers and whatnot. And
PETA.
No, but in real talk, I mean, you're going to end up capturing people that you normally wouldn't think would be your, I don't want to say normal clientele, but people that you wouldn't, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, you're building a following. At the end of the day, you're building a following.
Well, and it's about keeping things fresh and more importantly, keeping people entertained. Because look,
and being consistent, like we're not with this video podcast.
Brand recognition.
Way more consistent. But that in itself is the part that's interesting, because if you can't entertain people, you will not gain a following. That doesn't mean that it has to be all funny. You can entertain people by just showing interesting content. Hence the lobster story. Absolutely nobody would care if he was talking about nobody would care if it was just some fish he bought and he picked up and he was raising it. It was a rescue story. It was, oh my gosh, this lobster is actually alive. Oh my gosh, you're taking care of it. Well, I want to see this lobster's life unfold now.
I wonder if he ate it, though. At the end.
I mean, I think that's the likely end result.
Well, I mean, we're human,
Well, you don't want
death and destruction is what makes views, man. Death and destruction.
Well, there's other things that makes views too, but I won't go there.
Yeah, symphony of destruction,
Well, I mean, it's like if you let yourself imagine for a moment that there is, in fact, cows and, all these other things that get ate, even though I'm sure they've been on some kind of TV show at some point. Like, whatever happened to Ed the Talking Horse? Does anyone know?
They ate him.
Maybe he's glue.
Maybe.
Could be glue.
Glue.
Probably glue.
Speaking of glue, Elmer's Glue. It does not sponsor this, but we have wood glue behind you.
We do.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful place for us to store things.
So we got a great story for y'all. So we had a client that came in and says, hey, look, I dropped my laptop. She's sweet, real sweet lady.
Right.
Came in, dropped her laptop. I know you took good care of it.
I did.
When she came in, we wanted to make sure that she was rest assured that we were going to be in good hands, right?
Right.
Kind of like the insurance company, good hands. And I said, well, I want to provide you the the approach that we take when we're fixing laptops. She goes, okay, please tell me. I said, well, there's 3 things needed. 1, we start with dusting with air. And of course, 2, we love to use WD-40. Gets rid of all those squeaks.
Right.
And the third one, when we put it back together, is wood glue.
Definitely.
She looked at me like I was nuts.
Well, you were.
Yeah. Because we are technical.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I should have put a drop of wood glue on the side.
You could have.
Like oozing up.
And
crap.
then she would have said, fuck.
Right.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah. Just what she.
Hey, don't you have some dials on there where you can like make some noises and stuff?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does it not work?
He has nothing programmed. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
All right. There you go.
Here. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Right there. Very good. This is good.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's beautiful.
It's excellent.
All right.
That music had me going for a minute.
So normally we like to talk about specific topics in the area of information technology. So for those of you that don't know, TAF Solutions, we are an IT consulting firm here in the Houston metropolitan area, or closely in Richmond, Texas, the historical portion of Richmond. We do have a local facility where you can come chill, hang out. I don't know about chill, but you can come and talk to us about some of your challenges and needs. And we're here to support you and our community.
We have a sanctuary that is available to you to come and discuss all the challenges you have with your business. And what's even crazier is we have the ability to provide solutions.
That's right.
For all of those issues. And
artificial tears.
No, well, more than that, we have a studio space where you can go in and you can scream soundlessly.
Yeah.
And it will capture all of the noise, and no one will know. And it'll be great. And you know what? Then you come out and we tell you how to fix your problems, and it helps.
It does. Even crazier than that, if you come out to the studio and visit us, you get to see a flamethrower. That's right.
Oh, you just gave that away. So I think,
look,
there's a story.
No, I think Joe needs to tell it because he tells it the best.
Well, the thing about Joe is Joe wasn't there.
Well, that's the point.
It's true.
We walked in and said, "Hey, we got a flamethrower." He's like, "Come again?"
Yeah, that was that was an interesting conversation. Why we needed a flamethrower is still kind of up there.
It was for a good cause.
That's right.
So we had partnered, and we were a sponsor for a wonderful nonprofit known as Champion Kids Camp. Yep. And they work with children that have been displaced and they've lost both of their parents through a variety of tragic accidents and things like that. And they had a fundraiser event in October of 2023, which is still this month. Right?
Yeah, well, right now.
And
if you're listening in the future, it's different.
Right. And essentially, one of the items they had for auction was a flamethrower. Yeah. So at the beginning, Jason looked at me and goes, "Dude, you see that?" I said, "See what?" He's like, "That thing over there." So what is it? It's a flamethrower.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be for auction.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Why is it here?" He's like, "I'm not really sure." And then we found out that they were going to put it up for auction. I looked at him. I nudged him so hard, like, "Dude, you better bid on that." And he looked at me. He goes, "Joe's not going to be happy." I said, "Joe's not here. Joe is not going to know."
Well, you just said, "For real? Like, you're letting me bid on this? Let's go."
So they started the bid off at like, I don't know, 250, 300.
Man.
Like, went to 350, and I nudged him like, "You better bid." And he goes, 350, right?
Right.
And then some lady, which made me mad, she goes, 400. I nudged him again. I said, "Do it. It's for the kids."
And so I just said 500.
He said, he said, "Forget 450. He just went 500.
Right.
And he's like, "Joe's going to kill me." I said, "Don't worry." Took out the credit card.
And nobody outbid. And believe it or not, we didn't actually, if you go back, you look at it online, it went to a very wonderful cause, but we didn't overpay for it either.
Dude, we got a flamethrower.
No, we got a flamethrower. Don't be surprised if you guys go out. In fact, I don't know when you're listening or when you're watching this, but you may see some really cool videos with a flamethrower. So that's the story where it comes from.
Responsible flamethrowing. Yes.
I mean, we are close to the fire department.
Right. We will be hopefully observed by professionals in putting out said fires.
I'm a professional. Not with fire. Sorry.
Well, in terms of lighting things on fire, I hope not. But anyone watching, totally safe, 100%.
We can take one of your Jimmy Dean sausage egg McMuffins that are in the freezer over here and you can defrost it with that.
Yeah, you were right. That microwave is. I don't know why I bought that microwave.
You bought it because it was
defrost
red.
Dude, I had to throw half of it away because the bun was so
There's
hard.
nothing wrong with the microwave. You just don't know how to microwave things.
Oh, it's a user issue.
It's a user issue. Oh well.
I mean, you don't have to cover up your stuff when you cook it or put it in the microwave. You've never done that before?
I did. I wrapped it in a paper towel. The instructions say wrap in paper towel.
See, yeah.
I follow instructions.
Do you actually follow instructions?
I do.
It's too good of a microwave.
This is the guy that doesn't follow instructions from IKEA. So he opened up the Jimmy Dean sandwich and he read the instructions.
I follow instructions for food items. Yes.
So
I'm not
maybe
kidding,
not so
dude.
much
he
else.
RTFMs the food items. Everything else is not necessary.
I'm dead
right.
serious. He literally says, "Oh, IKEA." He throws it aside, but
Right.
Jimmy Dean, you better read that. You better read
I
it,
want
man.
steak.
Right.
Because it's important. Because it's going in the
so
system.
His health is more important.
Well, then you wouldn't eat Jimmy Dean to begin with.
It's all we had. I haven't eaten all day.
No.
See, that's what happens when you have an IT consulting firm. We put all of our money into hardware.
Right.
No food for you, sir.
Right.
And then I wasn't satisfied with the sausage, egg, cheese
So you
sandwich.
ate a ton of Skittles like me.
No, I don't like Skittles at all. No, I had Snickers. I'm sorry, I ate Skittles. Burn it, die in a fire. We'll torch it with a flamethrower.
You don't like Skittles?
No.
You're weird.
No, never have.
I love tasting the rainbow.
What?
I don't know. They're too chewy. I when I see them, I think consistency of an
They're
M&M, and then I
chewy.
put it in my mouth, and it's not satisfactory enough. I don't
it's a
like the
Skittle.
chewy. I don't like it. I don't know. Just don't.
Like
So this podcast is going to go viral just because people are like, that guy doesn't like Skittles. Well,
This is
Probably.
the same dude that eats all of his. Listen, he eats food with his sauce.
Right.
no, that you have
people
to
eat-
Yeah, there's no food. There's very little food. It's mostly
Except
sauce.
steak.
It's mostly sauce.
Yeah.
You cannot put sauce on steak. Do not ruin a good steak.
What does he do to a steak? It's like double char plus XY and max plus. What is it?
You have a Pittsburgh style, which is a good char on each side. I call that a Pittsburgh style. So you got to char it real quick, usually in a flash pan. You fry it or grill it on each
Give
side for
me
like
the
15,
name
20
that
seconds.
you use at the restaurant when we go.
Yeah,
and
it's
look at
rare
you.
plus. It's between
Rare plus.
It's between rare and medium rare. Rare plus charred on each side. So I
Listen.
usually tell them Pittsburgh style char, rare plus.
Two things I've learned about Jason over the years.
Right.
When we go to restaurants, he'll bring the menu. This guy confuses the waitress, the poor waitress, every time. We have to pay her a bigger tip because she's confused.
Right.
Like he comes out, do you have a Velociraptor plus? And she goes, what?
Right.
And you need to make sure you use like top shelf alcohol, right?
It's like when we go to Whiskey Cape, they're like, can you make me a Vucare?
I would,
I was like, what's a Vucare?
I would definitely answer with, we can make you a Wolverine.
Well, but Whiskey Cake knows that though. If you go to any other restaurant, you say, unless it's a really high-end
Where did
steakhouse.
the guy go? He goes, enlighten me. What does that mean? And then you ask about the steak. He's like, how do you want your steak cooked? And I'm sitting here like, medium rare. And he's like, I need a plus, max plus, and I need it to be double charred. and,
Ultra climax edition.
Chicago,
Yeah,
Chicago
Sure.
stuffed crust steak, pizza, or whatever.
Right. And I need it to be on the bed of rice. Thank you.
No, I mean, what I really want to eat every night, which I can't afford to right now, right? Because we can't none of us can eat it every night. I want A5 Japanese Wagyu from the Miyazaki region.
Yeah, the problem
but you're
with
talking
that,
like $120 for 2 ounces.
when you're talking about 50% fat, 50% meat content, the challenge that I have with that is it makes you too full. You have to eat a little bit, and that's enough.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's freaking terrible for you. I just want to point that out.
He's eating Jimmy Dean sausages, Joe.
Well, that's true. Point
He just
taken.
had a Jimmy
Yeah.
Dean sausage.
That's
Do you think
true.
Is that
eating a
Jimmy Dean?
Well, yeah. You bought it. I looked at you. You say you're going to eat all that? He goes, yeah.
No.
It hasn't expired,
It's
has it?
still
No.
in there. No. It's Jimmy Dean sausage.
It doesn't expire.
Look, it has like the shelf life of freaking Haagen-Dazs. So what is that? Twinkies. Freaking Twinkies, man.
I like Twinkies.
Hey,
They're great.
With coffee.
but they're
And
not
they'll survive
indefinite.
the
though. What's
apocalypse.
No, they won't. Will they really? Will they really? Truly?
That's part of the joke.
You know what's indefinite? Honey. That's indefinite. No expiration ever.
So until it crystallizes.
No, you crystallize honey.
And that's
It's Jason.
Put it over 5
It's a
into my
different
slave.
state. It's a totally different state of
TAF
existence. at that
Solutions,
point.
IT consulting firm. We can help you with all your needs.
Yes, 100%.
That's going to be like the latest thing, you know. It's just like that's my Tourette's, Tourette's. TAF Solutions.
TAF Solutions.
TAF
We
Solutions
can help you.
Yes.
Find the difference between
I think this is the first.
Jimmy D and GP.
This is the first podcast episode. We went in. We had no topic. We're just literally sitting here shooting the shit.
Well, that's the whole point. Look, the bottom line is our customers are going to look at us, and a lot of the customers that we already have today, they think we're kind of the three amigos.
We're loopy too. But that's par for the course, right?
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
I mean, just wait till you see some of the new content that's about to come out. Joe's about to blow your mind.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be putting forth a lot of creative effort into our content. But what I can say, guys, is if you feel like you want to do something that we're doing, if you feel the need to talk about a subject matter that you're just not sure how to talk about, except in a format, in a discussion just like this, come on down to TAF Solutions. We got a solution for you. It's called video podcasting. And that's the shameless plug. That is a shameful plug, and it is the best plug.
Look, I just got to say that these beautiful XLR cables that I bought that were multicolored are beautiful. The black ones were terrible. I like this. Matter of fact, we need to change these.
Well, I think what's great about these is they're color coded, so now I can actually tell
who to shut up,
exactly who is tied to what.
Right.
So I can do just that. I can just say, I'm the one running the show now, and y'all have nothing to say.
Oh, no. Test it.
No. There's nothing there. No. Okay, you're back at the video.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
He gave us a voice, so he can essentially shut our voices off.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Just like we can always give the voice to everybody out there who's willing to actually put the time in and effort. But no.
Yeah. So one of the services that we offer is video podcasting. And so Joe can control it for you, or Joe doesn't have to control it for you. He can put you in front of the mic and let you do your thing.
Yep. And honestly, guys, that's one of the reasons that I love working with people, is because we can either do as little as possible to help you in terms of not have the biggest presence, not have the biggest push, or we can really give you just the white glove treatment, make sure that you're getting everything you need. But as we always say, just think of us as an extension of your team. That's really where our heart's at, guys. It's not a selling point. I mean, well, it is a selling point, but it's not just because it's not. We truly want to help the community out, and we hope that everybody out there following us wants to do the same thing in their areas, and hopefully they can become part of our TAF family.
That's right. It's having your own IT department for small and medium businesses, which is very crucial to. It's the backbone of America, right? Small and medium businesses. So we're here to support them.
Content creation has been a challenge too for a lot of people, and I think that's one of the reasons why we get a lot of people asking for our services. And one of the things I can guarantee you guys is that we will always be trying to help you with content creation, and don't settle for less, guys. Always work hard to get the best you can get for your business, and that's what we're striving for. So hopefully we'll do the same thing for ours. And wanted to talk a bit, before we jam out today, about a more recent client. And the reason why is because I think it's very important that we remember how much of an impact we really do have on our community. And, one of our clients really spent a lot of time and effort making sure that they stay relevant, that they continue to push and try to get clients in their door themselves. And what we've done to help this client out is try to update their Google pages, get them more pictures, get them more videos. And we're still a work in process, but I like to think that every little thing that we do, whether it's putting together these wonderful ad campaigns for social media to help drive organic growth or create new content that brings a smile to people's faces that's in their clientele, I think that it's something that really helps to make a positive change in their business. And that's what it's all about. And that's why I'm pointing it out, because they've had positive growth in their business. We see the effect that we're having with a lot of our clients. And it's something that's very important to us. So keep coming out, guys. Become part of the TAF family. We're going to take care of you too. But on top of that, I just wanted to point out that we're going to have new people in this hot seat soon. They're sitting right next to me to talk about the impact that we've had on their businesses. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Save me.
No, that's absolutely right. I mean, I'll tell you this one real quick tidbit. Had a client, he owns a gym, and we've been working with him for a while, of course, with social media campaign development and helping him. And now, of course, he's looking for us to help improve his website. But quite a few services we provided him, including a 3D virtual tour of his space. And one of the things that he called me on one day, this is about maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And he was almost in tears. I was like, oh, what's going on? Why, is everything okay? And he said, yeah, he's very ecstatic. He's very happy that what we did for him, the service we provided, and specifically in this case, the 3D virtual tour that we did, which of course, if you're a gym, you have equipment, you want to kind of see what's in there before you go and you decide to spend your money at a gym, right? Joe, you would know, you do a lot of working out. So he called me and he's like, hey man, I've been asking people as they come in how they found me. And it turned out that within was it 5 to 6 week time frame?
It was a short duration.
It was a short duration. I think it was 5 to 6 weeks. And he had 42.
Yep.
Sorry, 42. 42 new paid clients, gym memberships, because of the virtual tour that was online. So that just, it just goes to further solidify that the work that we're doing, and just brings warmth to my heart personally, is like, okay, we are making an impact in other people's lives, in their business, to help them grow, to help them get to a profitable and fruitful position in their life.
Right. So I think that's really the gist of it, guys. You heard it from us now. And listen, there's a whole lot of brand new services that we're involved in now. I think we'll be talking about that in the next episode. But keep in tune for that. There is a lot that has changed at TAF Solutions. And that doesn't mean that we aren't offering the previous things that we've always offered. It just means that now we can do a lot more to help benefit everything that you guys are doing.
Last words, Sean, anything?
Yeah. Have a great Halloween and eat a lot of candy and get fat.
And I will say,
happy Halloween.
Oh, jeez. No, you're doing that. Here we go. Well, thanks, guys, again for the Uptube time. This is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, who knows episode. Feel free to join in and talk with us again next time. Leave your comments down below and everywhere you find us in. And more importantly, guys, follow us for the most recent updates. Now take care, guys.